My name is Melissa Peña, and I am the Oboe professor at the University of Oregon. And I'm here to chat briefly about the 2022 All Northwest audition excerpts on oboe. So your first track is the chromatic scale. That's straightforward. Track number 2, that's the Broad Etude number 26. I find that one of the most challenging aspects of this excerpt is keeping your rhythm really stable and getting a nice style to the articulation. So on the rhythmic front, I would really highly suggest practicing this slowly for a long time before you bump it up in tempo. Practice it slowly and practice it with the metronome on the offbeat so that you're hearing that internal part of the beat. So you would be practicing dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 like that with the metronome on the and. That really helps stabilize and calm down your rhythm. And then as to the articulation, I think that you don't want this to get too choppy sounding, too tut-tut quality to the staccato notes. It's repeated a lot. It'll get tedious if you play it too short and too kind of cut off at the end of the note. So to that end, I would recommend utilizing the syllable toff, or like the word top with a soft ending with an aspirated P. So toff, toff, toff. If you practice that technique slowly on isolated notes and then you practice putting it into context, I think that can help you get a nice quality to those staccato notes. Track 3, the third excerpt, which is the Bach, that articulation suggestion definitely holds through to this excerpt. So particularly in the Baroque style, we don't ever want to have our articulations, our note endings, and particularly staccato articulations, we don't want them to get too choppy and too tut-tut sounding. So same suggestion, utilizing that tough syllable on any of the notes that you have marked, on any of the shorter notes that you have marked staccato here, and even the isolated eighth notes that are not marked staccato, you want to give them a nice kind of bouncy quality. You don't want to connect them too much to each other, and then you definitely don't want them to get choppy. My biggest suggestion for this particular excerpt for the Bach is to listen. This is a really collaborative excerpt. This is with a vocalist, and it's within that Baroque style that you really just want to listen to and embody. I think if you can listen to the aria in its completion and hear what the vocalists are doing with their text, with their syllables that they have, and then try to match that as much as you possibly can on the oboe, I think it'll really be a nice honoring of the style, of the Baroque style. And then on to track 4, which is the Saint-Saëns excerpt. I think one of the challenging bits about this excerpt is really hearing and sticking with your own internal pulse. So when you're playing this with piano, that's a little bit easier. Even so, though, even with piano, you want to be able to really feel that internal pulse. And so with piano, you would have them playing while you're doing this Sicilian figure, this bum, ba bum figure. You would have the piano playing dum, bum, quarter, eighth, eighth, bum, 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 bum. So again, like with the Bach, I would really suggest listening to this, really knowing what the piano part is doing, and then imagine that you're playing it with the piano part as you're recording your excerpt. The other thing about this one that's a little bit challenging is in bar, let's see, 7 and in bar 9, we have this figure, actually 9 and also into bar 10, we have this figure where our slurs are taking us over the big, the big, usually important beats, beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. Our slurs are going over those big beats, and so it's a little bit easy to lose track of your internal rhythm there. So you want to really feel and in your body and imagine that you're playing that tied beat, the beat that's that you don't actually re-articulate, but you hold it over with a tie. Really imagine that you're playing that. Feel it in your body. Feel that internal pulse, and then before you move on to the rest of the phrase. Yeah. So good luck. Enjoy learning these excerpts, and good luck with your audition.